He's a man of the backcountry wild. He's a man with a backcountry style. Searching for treasure yet untold, up and down the creeks for his gold. And it's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does. Just like the gold rushers of old, who live and died for their gold. With picks, packs, shovels, rifles in hand, up and down the creeks of the backcountry land. It's mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does.
Yeah, it's definitely not what I'm used to. Kind of get spoilt there for a little while, I guess. Last time on Miner or Bust, we worked both sides of the sampling hole to see any differences in this channel and its golds. Washing the gravels carefully and just enjoying the woods. The end results were golden, with a great showing of golds to the one side. You just can't argue with the gold in the pan. These woods hold much more than just golds, and we had a persistent visitor that hung around, which Brutus really didn't care for. That's just another part of bush life out here. We also began scouting for a new site for a future sample, which turned up a little bit of color. Making our way out of the claim and enjoying some of the treats along the way. Heading out to go pick up my partner and getting things ready for another adventure. Doing a little midnight fly tying. My son's getting a lot older now and I figured I'd pass on the fly fishing bug. So I was quite the avid fly fisherman for probably about a good 10 years. But just getting them into the fly casting. And we're gonna work them up to hopefully a little fall steelhead fishing here. But yeah, I'm just doing a little poacher fly here. So I've been fly fishing for so many years, I kind of designed my own style of flies. But being we're in the middle of summer here and it's really hot out, the fish are going to be holding down a little deeper. Nothing better than sitting on a lake and enjoying the day with a little fishing. Midsummer makes it a little hard, but a relaxing day is all we're really after. Even the eagle is having a slow day, hiding in a shady little bay. As the sun drops, a new hatch emerges and the fishing begins. Evening fishing is always the best and a great way to finish a day.
Here comes a good one. Oh.
The fishing has really picked up now, one for me and one for Josh. Have you ever noticed, as soon as you're not paying attention is when they'll strike?
He's off. He's off.
Just want to wait to go fix up my hat.
Well, that was a nice little vacation, but it's time for us to get back to work.
What are you sitting down for?
Taking a break.
I know you're supposed to be chucking that wood. Get all the wood out of the way. So what? Me and my partner are gonna open up a new site today. Back there, about 60 feet, we found the old river sitting on a false bedrock of clay. And in behind us, about another 60 feet, the old river was sitting on a false bedrock of gravel. So we're gonna drop holes along here, and we're gonna see where the clay ends. And then that gravel layer begins, and maybe find something of interest. It'd be just good to know what's happening in the area. We're not here to mine this out. We're just here to drop samples, trace out the old river, get a quick look at the golds, and then quickly wrap this section up with sampling. And then we're going to move on to some new areas. I haven't decided if I'm going to go 300 feet down in behind me here, open up some old workings. With the creek low right now, I'm thinking of going across the other side there, and start sampling some of them benches. Yeah, like I say, we're just here sampling. We're not here trying to mine the gold out of the mountain. That'll come later with machines. What you doing, Brutus? Watch out, it's a danger zone. Danger zone, Brutus. You get whacked. I have to get stuff in my coffee, eh?
Yeah.
It's my cleanup crew.
Yeah.
And Brutus says, what are you throwing all them good sticks away for? Was there dinner in that one? I don't know about these two.
Chopping through the roots is always the funnest part.
I'll expose a section of the old river here. This whole face is all the old river channel. I know there's golds in it already. And what they were doing is they cut this big trench all the way in behind me and then behind you down to a false bedrock of clay. And what they're planning on doing is working from this false bedrock, and they're going to take all this old river out. They just have men throwing rocks, shoveling the gravels into the dump carts, and then they track them out here, and you just have a chute going down into your sluices down below. But yeah, this trench all in here, so it's all sitting on this compact false bedrock of clay down in here. So we know that this is basically what they were after, is they trenched this out to this hard packed clay material, and they're just going to work this all the way into the hill. What I'm interested in is where this clay stops and that compact gravel mix starts again. Oh, this is test hole number 6. Last intersection of clay is just over there, 15 feet. And then down in here, there's a gravel layer down in the bottom with a sandy clay mix, and then an old river stacked on top. So between this point here and that point there is basically where something happened. Could have been a older river or a pool or something, but it's definitely within this 15 feet here is the intersection between that false bedrock of clay and this false bedrock of gravel. This is a little bit further down, so there's a drop in here. But yeah, something
further back in the bush could lead to a good deposit. You really never know until you sample it. But my question's been answered of where the old false bedrock of clay intersects with the false bedrock of gravel. Well, that was a good day's digging with lots of sampling accomplished. We also learned this old channel is resting on a compact clay, which eventually turns to a compact gravel layer. With a better understanding of the old channel structure and what the old timers were after, we can now put our time in the right direction and grab some larger samples all along this old river channel.
That's for all the dirt, Dad.
Just clean it up so you can see the rocks.
It may take a lot of time and a lot of labor, but eventually all this work will pay for itself with its weight in gold.
Changed my bucket here, it's getting pretty full of gravel. I know I keep saying that. So many things to do. I'll probably change this out tomorrow. Set up the hose and the pump down along that bench. Probably put this pan and bucket down there and fill it up. So one guy can just grab pans down there and sample rather than pack buckets out. No big nugget. Still waiting on my son. Pull his bucket. I don't know what he's doing. Making enough noise down there anyway. Well, at least we finally got some cooler weather, some rain. It's good. I can still have a campfire at night without burning down the forest. The best thing is them damn deer flies are finally gone. Now we're just back to mosquitoes and no-see-ums. Looks like a fair amount of black sand in this stuff. This stuff's kind of a sandy material. Assuming the layers will be down further in that old bench. Kind of probably sampling the midsection of it. Should be a trace of gold in here. You'd think or hope. I don't know what that guy's doing down there. I'm thinking of make him pan out of his sample bucket. Gotta start learning to do these things. Keeps him busy, he's not so talkative. That's the trick with that young lad. Keep his hands busy so his mouth isn't flapping all the time. Hard to hear a bear sneaking up on you and his mouth is always going. I see one nice little flake. Smaller pieces in there.
Yeah, got a lot of panning sampling yet before I get too carried away in there. Where's your bucket? Huh?
I'm trying to get out that boulder.
We'll just get some of the gravelly sand mix. I'll worry about that later.
Okay. Well, Dad's going to pick some berries, so he told me to make a fire.
Well, it's berry season. Me and Brutus here are off picking the thimbleberries. Quite soft to pick. Tastes like a bit of a sharp raspberry flavor to them. I wouldn't recommend picking and washing them. You can make a jam out of them, which is always nice. You need a good patch. Yeah, I got my son boiling up some water. I'm gonna cook up some oatmeal there. I'm gonna have some thimbleberries and oatmeal. Josh seems to have problems eating his oatmeal without sugar and cream and all that. I can eat it straight out. I don't even have to cook it. I just crunch on it raw. That's all I care. But well, Joshua is a little more fussy than me. Yeah, I just want them nice and red. Pull off easy. Like I say, they're a little soft. But they sure do taste good. And I think young Joshua there going to enjoy his oatmeal. Yeah, they don't all come out at once, so a guy can keep coming back to the same patch, harvesting. And I sure enjoy them. They're good right off the bush. It'll be even better, some oatmeal. Yeah, this has been a really good berry year. The whole bush is just smelling sweet with berries of all kinds. The bears should be pretty easy going this season. Gotta watch out for that Brutus. Once he catches on to what type of berry you're eating, he'll be all over it. Earlier he was eating them scoot berries. I don't bother with them. They're edible, but they don't taste very good. And call them scoot berries for a good reason. Just kind of have a laxative effect. So old Broody will be needing to go out the shack, I'm sure, by tonight. And here's them berries, scoot berries he's been eating like crazy today. Silly dog. Yeah, he's already caught on to my huckleberries. I'm sure he'll catch on to the blueberry pretty soon. They're getting ready to come out. Yeah, I think I almost like these berries better than a raspberry. They're not as tart. So they got a sharp raspberry taste. They seem a little more sweeter. I'm sure is a lot of them back here. See, what's nice about these berries, they don't all come out at once. A couple berries ripen, there's all kinds ready to go. I mean, look at it. It's like I'm butchering some animals out here. Fingers look a little bloody. The berries are really soft. Really delicate berry. Well, they're just thick all through here. Yeah. Really pretty colored berry. Definitely good eating. I'll get finished picking here, and maybe I'll introduce old Brutus there to the thimbleberry. What is your share?
Oatmeal.
Here's a spoon.
Right here.
This will take care of your sugar fix.
A lot of berries there.
It almost tastes like a raspberry strawberry.
Yeah.
Well, it's looking like I wore my partner out for the rest of the day. Well, Josh's nap was cut short by a late night visitor. I'm starting to think this is just a part of this bear's everyday routine, and we'll all just have to get used to each other. I'll get rid of him, Brutus. Oh, it sure was a tough day of digging. Sitting here by the fire, enjoying the last bit of evening. Dropped a lot of sample holes along that bench. Finding gold all the way through. It's definitely looking like a nice old river structure. The problem with sampling projects, especially by hand, is you can't get discouraged because you're not finding great gold or gold like you were in the last spot. It's just the same as the creek of today. When you're panning, you look at the creek, there's better dropout zones, better gold deposits than other sections of the creek. As the creek straightens out, pay streaks tend to narrow. And as you have narrows to open areas where it widens out, gold drops out, or the inside of corners, or where boulder gardens stack up, tend to hold a lot more gold. So the whole idea of when you're sampling in the bush like I am is you're just basically looking for the old river. You want to sample the layers, get an idea of the structure, and of course trace out gold. Sample it down as far as a guy can as well. It's generally better gold on the bottom layers. But the whole idea of the process is to get a good visual of your claim, where the gold is, where it isn't, where the rivers are in the hills, and then when the guy goes to do some machine mining, we'll have a lot better chance at success. Firewood cutting time.
Uh-oh.
I cut it, you haul it, split it, stack it.
Woohoo.
Good deal, eh? You want to have a fire tonight?
Oh, yeah. Keep away them bears, eh?
Hard job cutting the wood.
Yeah.
Well, got a full day of work ahead of you now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on the wrench.
Yeah.
Don't get hauling.
You gotta look at the steps.
Yeah. Fall on sharp sticks too.
How are you gonna split this one?
It'll split easy.
I think because it's like a wedge shape.
Let's go.
Roll them.
I still remember the days of wood collecting with my father. Fortunately for Josh, I'm not sitting under the spruce tree like he used to do and coach me from the side.
That's the awkward one, ain't it?
Heavy?
No.
There's definitely nothing wrong with a hard day's work to turn a boy into a man. Sure you don't take out my campfire stones. I think one day you can do it all. Huh?
That means I get a saw. Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yes.
One day. Well, Brutus, I'll keep him out of trouble. Keep him busy for a while. Come here, Brutus. Brutus, you're not very good at coming. You're not very good at coming yet. Huh? Oh, you big baby. You're a big baby. We can't figure out what you guys are doing. You guys are destructive. Cutting up that tree like that. Yeah, cutting the tree up like that. Oh yeah. Oh, take it easy.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Is there one in the hole?
Well,
Good.
hey, they're so dry they don't even feel like anything.
What?
They're so dry they don't even feel like anything.
Oh yeah. I know.
Oh, you carry 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not yet.
not yet. Oh, you're not getting tired.
I need some water.
Water?
Yeah.
That's for when the job's done. You get water. Yeah. What do you think this is? Democracy or something? Dictator Darcy says, get the wood. Yeah, we still gotta get gold mining here. The thing about being out here in the woods, jobs never end. Just trying to make my coffee in the morning is a chore. Nothing better than camp coffee though.
Still one in the hit right there.
Gotta crack her hard.
Colton's way of cutting it doesn't really help.
I know, there's a good chance we'll never split these blocks. But it's good to let him try. It gives me a chance to have a bit of a coffee break. It takes a while to get them cracked.
But
It does. Really?
got calluses. What was that?
It's a good experience for him, but I really don't need to lose a finger in the process.
See, I got a nice straight line to go for that here. Oh, right on the crack. Yeah.
You're running out of steam? No. Ooh. That's what happens when you have candy bars for breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for us to get this job out of the way so we can get back to doing some gold prospecting.
Bigger axe.
I loosened it up.
I gotta get this knot out of here.
Well, I made short work of all that, but everything in time, young fella. These jobs never end, and we need to get this site prepped and ready to go for our sampling project all along this face. Once this project is complete, we'll have a very good insight to what's lying across this ground in this corner of the claim. Just takes a little bit of hard work and a little insight to what's happening across this ground. One thing for sure, it sure is nice to have my partner back out on the claim. The site's ready to go with a trail blazed and sights opened up, ready for the first real sample.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. Keep on digging, see what else we can come across. We got our new site all ready. Got our water pails. We're fanning and doing our clean out. Got a settling pond down the side of this bank here. We're going to expose all this bank in behind us here. It's got some pretty large boulder. So hoping the layer should be good and it should prove up some nice gold. Yeah, for right now we're going to do the ugly run. Mix with the overburden and soil and roots and everything. Just get this cleaned out so a guy can get a good look into the material and hopefully see some layering. Big size boulders like that mixed in there. The gold should be not too bad. It takes quite a bit of force to move large rock.
Till next time, take care out there.
He's a man of the backcountry wild. He's a man with a backcountry style. Searching for treasure yet untold. Up and down the creeks for his gold, and it's mine or bust. Mine or bust. Mine or bust, because it's in his blood, and that's what a miner does. Just like the gold rushers of old, who live and died for their gold. With picks, packs, shovels, rifles in hand, up and down the creeks of the backcountry land. It's mine or bust. Mine or bust, because it's in his blood, and that's what a miner